Of course, let's start right off with what's happening in West Asia. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he is more determined now, more than ever, to continue the war with Hamas. And this even as the White House top advisor Jake Sullivan, who is in Israel to negotiate, he told him categorically to scale down the Gaza offensive. Now, Sullivan met Netanyahu and the rest of Israel's war cabinet on Thursday. The White House says he urged Israel to shift from high-intensity military operations to a more targeted phase now. Speaking to the media, he said that governance of the West Bank and Gaza Strip needs to be connected under a revamped and revitalized Palestinian Authority. Earlier, Israel's Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said it will take more than several months to destroy Hamas. But what does that mean for the ongoing war? Will it continue for those many months? Of course, we are tracking those answers as well. Israel faces mounting international pressure and isolation amid its onslaught that has killed thousands so far. Even its strongest ally, the US, wants Israel to be careful now.
I want them to be focused on how to save civilian lives, not stop going after Hamas, but be more careful.
Jake Sullivan will also meet with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas in Ramallah on Friday. Ahead of this meet, the Palestinian Prime Minister has expressed disappointment with the US veto on UN resolutions calling for a ceasefire in Gaza and has urged the US to act on implementing a two-state solution.
Every American official who arrives here to meet with us, they again repeat the same thing, that United States is for two states. Now that United States has talked the talk, we want Washington to walk the walk. Meaning that we need specific measures to implement the two-state solution, not only believe in two states.
Israeli President Isaac Herzog, meanwhile, has joined other Israeli officials against a possible two-state solution for long-lasting peace in the region.
In order to get back to the idea of dividing the land or negotiating peace or talking to the Palestinians, etc., one has to deal first and foremost with the emotional trauma that we're going through and the need and demand for full sense of security for our people.
Now, amid the negotiation efforts, Israel continues with its offensive in Gaza. The Israeli military says dozens of Hamas fighters surrendered in the last 24 hours itself, while internet and telephone services providers in Gaza said that communications were cut across the war-torn area on Thursday. Now, viewers, on the other hand, of course, this was the Israeli side. Hamas, on the other hand, has played down Israel's attempts to flood the group's tunnels in Gaza. Just to let you know, Israel planned on flooding the tunnels underneath Gaza, which Hamas has used for their strategic advantage. Israel planned to flood them with seawater. Now, Hamas says when militants built them, they took all considerations of what could happen in case of an attempt to flood these tunnels.
Those tunnels were built by well-trained and educated engineers, and they have considered any kind of attacks may happen by the Israelis, including bombing water.
Violence also rages on in the West Bank. Israeli troops killed 12 Palestinians in raids on Thursday inside the city of Jenin. Palestinian authorities accused desecration of a mosque by some Israeli soldiers as it condemned the operation as a dangerous escalation. The Israeli army said it would discipline the soldiers on the reports of desecration.